Okay, from yesterday we have discussed up to this point. We told that there are 4 types of children sitting in the school, and again we told that none of these children are actually meant for study because they are either distracted or they are wasted by diseases. Now again coming to the next point, the world map that is hanging on the wall of the classroom. We have also mentioned that there are 4 different type of items are actually hanging on the wall of the classroom. Number 1 we said Shakespeare's head. Number 2 we said dooms. Third one we said the scenery. Scenery means Triolis Valley. Fourth one the world map. Again the world map is considered as the window of the world where these children do not find any place. Now the poet says that the children in the slum school, they are not entitled for the luxury and well-being which is enjoyed by the people in the city. Therefore they say that the poet is telling that this window means the slum area. The slum area is the real the world of the slum school. So that is why slum is a small one, and that is why it has been described as window. This map is not their world. That means the picture of the world that is given on the world map is not their world, and their world is actually the window, that is the slum area. So as far as the life of these children in the slum area is concerned, what we find is that their life is where all their future painted with a fog. The lesson says that the windows, not these windows, not this map, their world, where all their futures painted with the fog, where all their future painted with the fog. You know what is fog? You can see in the picture here also the fog, just like mist, just like a smoke that used to cover the area, especially during the winter season, is known as fog. Fog has got a thickness, because the person who is standing little far away from you, you cannot recognize him because you will see only a shadow. It is a deep smoke like a thing which appears in a cold area, especially in the winter season. So when the poet says that the future of these children are painted with the fog, painted means covered with the fog, means uncertainty of the future. The children are not able to see their future. They cannot plan for their future. Means these children have got an uncertain future. The meaning is that they have got uncertain future. What will happen to them in the future? It is not sure. This is the meaning of future painted with the fog. Whose future is painted with the fog? The children of the slum school. Their future has been painted with a fog. So now, not only that their future is painted with the fog, what else is there? You can see here, a narrow street sealed in with the lead sky. The area where they are living, you see, is a narrow street. The streets are very narrow, not wide. ഒതുങ്ങിയ വഴികൾ, നടപ്പാതകൾ, sealed in with, they have been covered with the lead sky. Above their head, they have got a lead sky. What is lead? Lead is an alloy. It's a mixture of metal. We know that lead can be used for molding very easily. In the printing press, the letters A, B, C, D, all these things in olden times have been made with lead, because what happens, it can be molded very easily. It is an alloy, it's a mixture of metal. Now, the color of this one is not the real color of the sky. When you say that is sky, very neat sky, clear sky, it means that it is a blue sky. When you say lead sky, it's a gray color. That means the children who are living in the slum area, you can see in the picture, the roads are very dirty, it is very narrow. And above their head, again, there is no hope. They have been betrayed of a very neat and blue sky. They do have a lead sky only above their head. Far from rivers. So where do they live? They are living far away from the rivers. What you see in the picture here is a beautiful river, because these children, they are living away from the river. They have no affinity or attraction, or rather they are not permitted to live near the river. They are living away from river, and they are living away from caves. Live away from caves and stars of birds. What is caves? You can see in the picture the area which is actually protruding into the river or a sea is known as caves. You study in geography. And stars of words. Stars of words here actually refers to the words which gives us hope, expectation. Here it means again education. So understand, the children are living away from rivers. River means it shows fertility, it shows hope, it shows that your life is smooth because water is there. When water is there, everything else is almost follows it. So they are living away from water, they are living away from river, they are living away from natural beauty, they are living away from caves, and they are living away from stars of birds. പ്രതീക്ഷയുള്ള വാക്കുകളിൽ നിന്ന് ദൂരെയാണ്. So how do you get these stars of birds? Through education. And they are also betrayed of good normal education. We come to the next stanza. Surely Shakespeare is wicked. Shakespeare has been described as wicked for these children. Why Shakespeare is wicked for these children? These children, they are living in the slum area. I mentioned in the last class that Shakespeare, what he has written, cannot be understood by ordinary people. Therefore, Shakespeare has been described here as wicked. Why Shakespeare is wicked? Wicked here means out of place. Not that Shakespeare is a wicked person. He is not at all wicked person. But for these children, they consider Shakespeare is out of place, out of means, out of reach. And that is why the poet has described Shakespeare as wicked. Why Shakespeare comes here? Shakespeare's picture has been given there on the wall of the classroom, which represents all the majestic creations of Shakespeare, all the novels, all the poems, all the sonnets, and all the dramas that is written by Shakespeare, and which can be digested and understood only by those people who have got a better education. Even we, when we read Shakespeare's real writings, we find it difficult to understand without the help. So what these children in the slum school will understand. Therefore, as far as children of the slum school are concerned, Shakespeare is out of place. Now, what about the map? The map, bad example. The map which is given on the wall of the classroom, it is a bad example. Why is a bad example? You see, the map which is given in the wall of the classroom does not represent the slum. How it becomes bad example? We will see how a map becomes a bad example. The map shows the achievement of the modern world. The map shows the achievement of the luxurious world. The map shows the achievement of the civilized world, the city. What do they have in the city? They have ships, which these children do not have. The map shows ships, because what happens? The map is a bad example, because It has got ships. Then what else? And sun. Does it mean that the children in the slum school don't see the slum? They don't see, in the sun, they don't see the clear sun because the sky is lit. So the map on the wall of the classroom, which is showing them the achievement of the modern world, which is their invention, that is the ship and the clear sun, clear sky, and love tempting them to steal. Love means snegavana. The children who are, or the people who are living in the slum area, they don't have love. Love എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് ഇവിടെ? സ്നേഹമില്ല. Why there is no love in them? Because without having the primary necessities of life, one cannot just practice virtue. A person who is starving, hungry, not able to withstand the difficulties of their time, how can he practice virtue? It's difficult. A hungry boy gets into a shop and just steals a piece of bread. You cannot blame him. He is stealing. It is against virtue. But then we cannot say that he shows love. Sometimes you may steal from people who are dear to you. That means true love cannot be practiced in a slum area, and that is why all the wickedness you can find in slum area. So what do they find in the map that is hanging on the wall? They find the achievement of the modern world. They see that a clear sky. They feel there is a hope is there in the slum, the city, and there is love. And when they see these three things and many other things together with these three things, what these people are betrayed, what do they feel? They get temptation. What is temptation? Attraction. What kind of attraction? They feel attracted towards these things. They feel that we also want to enjoy what the people in the city enjoy. They want to have a ship. That means inventions, taste of discovery and inventions. They also want to enjoy a clear sky and clear sun. They also want to live like people in the city. So what they do, in order to come up to that level, it is very difficult. So what they do, they steal. How do they steal? Steal means try to escape from the realities of life. They steal. They try to escape from there. How do they escape from there? By shortcuts. In order to come through real path is difficult, so they take shortcuts. For lives that slyly turn in their cramped halls. Speaking about the children in the slum school, അവരുടെ ജീവിതം എങ്ങനെയുള്ളതാണ്? For lives that slyly means secretly, ആരും അറിയപ്പെടാതെ, slyly turn in their cramped holes. Their life in the slum is as if they are spending their life secretly without being noticed and known to others, living in a cramped, secluded, ഒതുങ്ങിയ, very small holes. So slum is a small area when you compare with this world. So their life is entirely spent in that slum area. So their life is spent secretly without being known to others. You see, there is a craze, there is a yearn in the mind of the people that they should be recognized, they should be known by other people. Even after the death, every human being wants that they should be remembered. So this kind of recognition is expected and liked by everybody. But what happens is that what happens here is that these children are living their life in the slum and they secretly spend their life there. They are not known by anybody. They just take birth there, they live there, and they die. That means slyly, secretly, turn in their cramped hole. Which is the cramped hole? The slum area is considered as a cramped hole. വളരെ ഒതുങ്ങിയ ഒരു ഗുഹ, ഒരു ഹോളിന് തുല്യമായിട്ടാണ് പോയറ്റ് സ്ലമ്മിനെ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. It is the same idea which has been shared by Thomas Gray in his elegy written in a country churchyard. He says that Abraham Lincoln's and many other great people have born into this world. But when you go to the country churchyard, there are many people who have been dead and buried there in the grave, who could have been given, if they had been given opportunity that was given to this famous people of this world, they could also have become great personalities. So without getting opportunity, one cannot rise in his life. We have got our own talents, but opportunity should be given to them. So there are many people who are betrayed of these opportunities, and they live and die without making any mark in this world. It's not because they don't have the quality. They may have quality. Some people, they try by themselves and they succeed. Some people, they need to be lifted up. So these people have not been lifted up. So these children who are living in the slum area, they live their life very secretly, as if they are living in a hole. From fog to endless night. Understand this sentence. From fog to endless night. When do you find fog? Fog normally we find in the morning. Here, fog means morning or beginning of their life. Endless night means never ending misery. That means endless misery from morning till night. രാവിലെ മുതൽ രാത്രി വരെ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ജീവിതം തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ മുതൽ ജീവിത അവസാനം വരെ. We can give interpretation that way also. So here in this particular line, from fog to endless night means from morning to evening, or from the beginning of their life to end of their life, without having any end. So endless night also refers to what I called endless suffering, endless misery, endless starvation, and endless life which these children live in the slum area. On their slag heap, these children wear skins peep through by bonds and spectacles of steel with the mended glass like bottle bits on stones. On their slag heap, where do they live? They're living on the slag heap. Slag means wastage. Heap means kumbaram. Wastage in the kumbaram. And again, the poet is referring the body of these children as a slag heap. അവർ താമസിക്കുന്ന സ്ഥലത്ത് വേസ്റ്റേജ് കൂട്ടിയിട്ടെന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, that also is there. At the same time, these children's body are also just like a slag heap, wastage in the kumbaramana. These children wear skins peep through by bonds. How do they appear to be? These children wear skins. അവർ ധരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന സ്കിന്ന്, അവരുടെ തൊലിയുടെ ഇടയിൽ കൂടെ ആരാണ് പുറത്തേക്ക് ഉറ്റുനോക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്? പീപ്പിംഗ്, ലുക്കിംഗ് സീക്രട്ട്ലി ത്രൂ ബൈ ബോൺസ് ആൻഡ് സ്പെക്ടിക്കിൾസ് സ്റ്റിൽ. സോ ദർ ബോൺസ് ആർ പ്രൊട്രൂഡിങ്. ശരീരത്തിൽ നിന്ന് പുറത്തേക്ക് തള്ളി നിൽക്കുന്ന അവരുടെ ശരീരത്തെ എല്ലുകൾ മെലിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് ആ തൊലി തള്ളി പുറത്തേക്ക് നിൽക്കുന്നു. പ്രൊട്രൂഡിങ് is peeping out. And some of them have got the deformity of their eyes, and their eyes are how their eyes are. And spectacles of steel, they do have spectacles of steel. Their frames of their spectacles are steel. But what happened with the mended glass? Here mended glass means repaired or broken. Glasses are broken. കണ്ണിൽ വെക്കുന്ന കണ്ണടയുടെ ചില്ല് പൊട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ അവസ്ഥയെന്ന് നമുക്കറിയാം. ലൈക്ക് ബോട്ടിൽ ബിറ്റ്സ് ഓൺ സ്റ്റോൺസ്. This is again a simile, like bottle bits on stones. The glass of their spectacles are actually scattered, broken, just like bottle bits on stones. It's a comparison, it's a simile. The poet wanted to make sure us to understand that the children who are wearing these spectacles, their spectacles are broken in such a way that if we take a bottle and hit on a stone, how does that broken bottle will just lie on top of the stone? Likewise, the spectacles are also broken many times. This is the situation of the children